we are trying to figure out what's going on with Profitable Sunrise. Everything I was getting a little nervous myself, but I dug up some stuff today and been talking with some people. Spoke to one guy that's personal friend that's a SEC attorney of some kind, and he said he's familiar with the case, and he said the SEC doesn't have anything to go on, and there's no problem with them. They have no jurisdiction over Profitable Sunrise in the Czech Republic anyway. So all of this saber rattling that's going on with these states is just that. It's just saber rattling, and I've never bought anything from Profitable Sunrise, and I've never known anything to be for sale from Profitable Sunrise. So somebody saying that they're selling securities is a little ridiculous to me. I got a couple of words here that the site would be up sometime around noon on Friday. I'm pretty not sure that's going to happen. Anybody that's going to put a time frame up like that, it doesn't make any sense to me. I would expect they'll put it up as soon as they can, and they're hoping to have it up by then. Let's just hope they have it up by, middle of next week or something, so everything gets worked out and all of the interest rates all get funded in there, and we can figure out what's going on then. When somebody's in it, everybody's worried about the site not showing up and coming up with the 502 or 504, whatever it is, error. If you look up at your URL when you do that, you'll see that it's coming from Profitable Sunrise. So that's a very good sign that somebody didn't just pull the site off and now it's open and free. Let's see here. Yeah, here's where somebody talked to, got an update from somebody from the Nancy Joe Fraser group that said Nancy Joe talked to Roman, and he said the website will go online on Friday around noon. He made a lot of changes to the website, so it's going to look a little different. She'll be making an update on her website soon. I talked to somebody that talked to Albert. Albert works at Nancy Joe Fraser's office. He said they're trying to fix it so it's a lot harder to get for the hackers to get in and screw up people's websites. I've got I don't know how many people that could not get into their website over the last 3 or 4 months, and it was becoming a little ridiculous. So I guess they're trying to fix that problem also. Let's see here. I hate to keep saying but I like to fill the time. I'll back up here and see what else. Somebody else got an email from a different group, and they said that their group leaders said that the site would be up sometime Wednesday or Thursday. Once you go into changing servers and updating your site and you get it back up and you're looking at it, a lot of times you'll see mistakes in your programming, and then you have to go back in and rewrite the programming, and that all takes a lot of time to get all that done. I'm not trying to make excuses for them. It's just the way things are with trying to put a website up. If you've ever tried doing that, there's always mistakes, and there was a lot of mistakes with this website that I hope they're going to resolve. For one thing, moving the password changer for the website away from where you put your e-wallets in, that was really a pain right there. Maybe they'll even do away totally with the e-wallets, but I hope they leave them up there so we can still make deposits in. I'm going to go ahead and open it up for any questions you might have so I can quit trying to figure out what to say next. So if you want to hit *6 and ask something, feel free, and please *6 yourself, especially if you've got some noise going on in your background.
Okay, why are we not being communicated with officially by Profitable Sunrise?
I have no idea. I'm not Profitable Sunrise.
So
I have no way of getting in touch with Profitable Sunrise. All I have is Profitable Sunrise email addresses, which are not working at this time. I sent an email to 3 different Profitable Sunrise addresses and was encouraged to see that they didn't come back to me, but then in about 36 hours they did come back as a failed delivery. So I would imagine that's just because they had the site down at the time when I sent them. But I have no idea how to communicate with them. I don't have a phone number for Roman or anything like that.
Yeah, I would think that there would be, that Roman and his team would care enough to communicate with us.
Yeah, well, maybe they can't. I can't get an email to them. Maybe they can't get an email to us, and they did not, they figured that the group leaders would communicate that the site was going down, and they certainly didn't expect it to go down this long. Now that it's down, perhaps they cannot communicate with us because they don't have a list of people that are signed on, or they don't have the email list or the capability of sending out emails to that large of a group. I would imagine, I know there's 70,000 members or accounts in over 70, I think it's 76,000 some odd accounts in Nancy Jo Fraser's group. So that would indicate to me there's probably about 75,000 people involved in this worldwide, and that's just totally a guess on my part. But, you know, that's 75,000 emails to send out, and if they don't have a comprehensive list, you know, it's just impossible to do. If you don't have your list available and your site's down, then you're pretty much you know, out of communication with everybody. So that's all I can say about that.
Okay, so this would be my last question. So you're just you're taking it upon yourself to disperse this information with us, which I appreciate, by the way.
Yeah, I've got quite a group below me. Probably, I've got 2,300 or so, 2,299 accounts in my top 3 levels of downline, and I know there's got to be probably, I would guess, at least 5,000 people below that. So, you know, I've just taken it upon myself to try and alleviate some of the pressure on the support team over in wherever they're at to answer support questions, because a whole lot of those support questions go unanswered because people don't know how to ask them. They don't give the proper information on the emails, and so I try and help people with putting the proper information on emails and so on and so forth from experience with dealing with support.
Okay, thank you.
Mike, let me ask you a question, please.
Okay.
I don't know if you can answer this or not, but would it be retroactive with us receiving our...
interest for the days that it's down?
Yes, sir. From the time that it started until whenever it comes back up, we will still be getting credit for those days, right?
I have no idea, but I have heard that we will. I have not heard that we won't. So that's 1 point for we will and 0 points for we won't. But I have no idea.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that.
Yep. Anybody?
So I have a question.
All right.
I have not been able to get into any Profitable Sunrise sites on the web, and I've been kind of mystified about that. I went to the library today, and on their computers I can get into all the old sites, the one that's got the pros and the cons, you know. What would cause that? Do you have any idea?
You can get into a Profitable Sunrise
Well,
site.
I can't log into my account.
No.
But there's still those things up there that will tell you about it.
Well, yeah, there's all kinds of other sites that are going to tell you about it, but that's got nothing to do with Profitable Sunrise.
Well, I know, but see, I can't access those now on my on my computer at all.
Well, I don't know why that would be.
I don't either. Well, maybe a computer problem. Thank you.
You bet.
Mike, can I throw something in?
Yeah, as long as it's not in the deep end.
Yeah, no, I talked to a friend of mine who's also in the same group, and he said that they've been clearing out a lot of those excess sites, they bumped 4,000 people off so far who had been advertising it improperly.
You're speaking of that don't have any money in them.
Yeah, that, but mainly the people that have been treating it like network marketing and just advertising it and blogging about it and calling it an investment and all that stuff that we're not supposed to do, which is what raised the hackles of the SEC, you know. That's the only thing I worry about. I'm not worried about the site. I know they just take as long as they will, but and I'm glad they're fixing it up, but it's the SEC that scares me because sometimes I don't want people making money, but they would have to follow the law.
The SEC's got absolutely no jurisdiction to do anything about anything with this.
Yeah, because it's not a security, and I never thought it was. So,
but the government's supposed to be lassoed in by the Constitution, and between the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, we have the unlimited ability to contract. So if they're going to try and come in and tell us because we're living in some state that we can't contract with somebody in Czechoslovakia or New Zealand or Australia or Timbuktu, they're barking up the wrong tree in my house.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
That brought silence.
Because we're all now.
Mike, how long did you say you've been into Profitable Sunrise?
Since I joined, I believe, on October 22nd. I was funded October 25th. And I had my first downline October 28th.
Okay. My next question is this.
No. The answer is no to your next question.
Wow, you're a mind
crystal
reader.
ball back.
I like that. Okay. From the money that you received while being involved in Profitable Sunrise, has it come directly from Profitable Sunrise or from your downline?
Well, I don't know what you mean by that. You mean the money that I have taken from Profitable Sunrise?
The money that you've been receiving, that you take out on a regular basis, like you mentioned in the last call you had with us.
Okay, well, I don't take money out on a regular basis. If somebody needs funding, they can put money into my account, and I go ahead and fund their account if I have the capability.
Okay.
And I can, a lot of people don't have a whole lot of computer skills, and so if they're having issues with getting an e-wallet started or something, at that time, I don't know what the situation will be with the e-wallets when it comes back up, but if they were having problems getting an e-wallet started or something like that, and they wanted to put 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks in or 10 bucks in, I just go ahead and fund them, and they'd either drop it in one of my accounts or send it to me in the mail.
Okay, but what I'm saying is...
I have taken money out through Solid Trust Pay.
Okay.
I have not done a bank wire from Profitable Sunrise. I have done bank wires to Profitable Sunrise.
That's what I was asking. Had you received any money directly from Profitable Sunrise or just from your available balance? So you just answered that question.
Well, it's all got to come from your available balance. You don't get any money other than what's in your available balance from Profitable Sunrise.
Right. Okay.
Any money that's in a term account is going to stay in that term account until the term's over. Once the term's over with Profitable Sunrise, the amounts in that term account move into your available balance. With the Easter gift, what's going to happen is, and I'm speculating, but I'm pretty sure, it's going to just be 50% of your available balance, 50% of your balance in your long-haul account will move into your available balance.
Okay.
And then you can do what you want with it. Personally, I'm going to stick it back in a private account or one of the new accounts that they're supposed to be opening up. But I intend to start drawing interest off of, if I put it in the private account, I'll just turn the compounder off and draw some money out from the from that private account then, because I intend to go buy a boat and a car.
Okay.
I'm sorry, a boat and a truck. I've already bought 4 cars. Bought a nice little BMW the other day. They don't make cars like they used to, I'll tell you what.
Did you buy it
Mike?
from your Profitable Sunrise money?
Yeah, with money that came about through Profitable Sunrise. Yeah, I spent $5,300 on a 1985 BMW diesel the other day that only had 125,000 miles on it and was just in really nice shape.
Mike,
Yes.
this is Don. I think I had several people ask me the question that the fellow just asked. Have you ever gotten money directly from Profitable Sunrise rather than just transferring money from your available balance to someone else?
Yeah, I just said that I got some out through Solid Trust Pay, but I have not got any out from a bank wire, but I know people that got money out from bank wires.
Right. I also got money out through Solid Trust Pay, and that is directly from your account balance. Of course, the account balance really only comes at the moment from, as I understand it, from the earnings that you make when someone comes in under you.
Right, or from having your compounder turned off in your private account.
On your private account.
Correct.
But yeah, the money was available, and you could get it out. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seemed to be the question a lot of people asked me. Well, do you ever get money out directly? So I just went and did it, and to say, yeah, I can do that. And it only took about 20 minutes.
I talked with somebody that got money out like on a weekly basis. They put I don't know how much. Let's say they put $10,000 in the private account and decided to turn off the compounder. That way they could pull out $1,000 a week out of the available balance.
Right.
And they were doing that. I don't remember how much money they were dealing with, but something of that along those lines. And they were doing that weekly. They were pulling out their money from their available balance, from their compounder being turned off, and getting money out of their private account.
Right. Yeah, it was certainly working. That's correct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they were doing that through the bank.
Is there any truth that they're moving the servers to Hong Kong, or is that just a rumor?
A buddy of mine did some research, and he told me that the servers have been in China since January 5th.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So whether or not China includes Hong Kong, I don't know. But I've heard a number of times that, everything moved to Hong Kong. I'm not... perhaps they're just getting a bigger server now, or, making the server larger, or however they do that stuff. I'm not an IT guy.
Was Profitable Sunrise ever operated out of New Zealand?
They were sending money to a bank in Australia that was a New Zealand bank.
Well, I noticed that New Zealand was one of the countries that had said something about stopping.
Oh, okay.
That's why I asked that. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of people that make all kinds of stuff up, too. So, I haven't seen anything from New Zealand saying they're not allowing you to deal with Profitable Sunrise or whatever they would say. If they did say it, I'm not moving there.
Hello?
You're on.
Yeah, I was able to take the last three, before they went down, I took $200 and went to Solid Trust. It took like an hour, and I was able to move from Solid Trust to my checking account, and I took that from the compound interest that I was receiving. Well, I was getting like $20 a week, a day. $20 a day, and I was just waited. What I was doing, I waited 2 weeks, and I would take $200 out, and I never have any problem. The problem was when I tried to put the compound back, my password, I forgot my they call it a secret word, and I sent like a few emails, and I never got an answer, so I was forced to reinvest again instead of compound on. For some reason, nobody answered the email.
Well, there's certain ways to send an email for a request like that, and if you don't have any idea what your secret word is, then you're not going to get any kind of answer back from them.
Oh, I was trying to a request like a reset or something like that, but I never got any response. I sent them my email.
Well, once again, if you don't do it correctly, you're not going to get any kind of answer back.
Oh, okay. But they were. I mean, it was amazing because the solid trust was working fine. So I guess.
All right, I don't know what kind of phone you're on, but we can barely hear you.
Okay, thanks.
Hello?
Mike?
Yes.
Oh, it got quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. Everybody quit talking.
Hey, I was
I
thinking
can't answer questions if nobody asks them.
they're probably, I wonder if they are going to fix that. There was another issue when you do gift transfer, when you gift another account, you didn't have to enter your secret word to do that.
No, you don't.
So
You never did.
I know, and I heard a lady told me one day that someone gifted money out of her account, and I thought you would, like Solid Trust Pay, you have to enter your secondary password to do anything, to move money around like that. I wonder if they're going to fix that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm just a peon. Every day I learn more and more about how much I don't know.
Right, yeah.
I get dumber and dumberer.
And I think the guy that just called and said he couldn't access any sites regarding Profitable Sunrise, probably because they're pulling them. They're pulling the sites down because no one can access it. So they don't want to send them.
I was doing research to try and find another group to move us into, and while I was doing that, I was trying to find somebody that had a phone number that I could call to talk to them. And once I finally found a guy with a phone number to call, and I called him and talked to him, then he called me and said, how'd you get my phone number? And I said, well, it's on the internet. I saw it 2 or 3 times. After I found it the first time, I found it again a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, well, what was the website where you found it? And I had no idea because I looked at so many. But so what I did was another search for Profitable Sunrise and his phone number, and I got 46,000 hits.
Wow.
So, once you go start putting stuff up, I mean, people start spreading it around, and it exponentially grows faster than, cockroaches.
Right.
So, yeah, if anybody, I kept telling everybody, if you want to advertise, if you want to put something out there, fine. Just don't say anything about Profitable Sunrise. You bait your hook with meat, but you don't have to bait it with your address. And I know from other adventures I've been in that it certainly doesn't really do any good, because people will get into your website, they'll look around, and they'll go somewhere else, and they won't ever do anything with it anyway. You have to, with any kind of multi-level marketing business, you have to talk to people directly. Otherwise, you don't really go anywhere. You can't just join something and put a bunch of information out and hope somebody's going to, and expect somebody to join in and start carrying your torch. It just does not happen, in my experience. I mean, somebody may have other experience with such things, but in my experience, it's never been beneficial to put up something that says, join my Profitable Sunrise group, you'll make billions of dollars.
That's true. Personal touch is still there. People still want to talk to you.
Yeah. And I know there was people that had a whole bunch of YouTube videos and stuff like that out there, Profitable Sunrise, rah, rah, rah. And I can see some of them were in my downline, and their downlines don't reflect any kind of major input from that effort.
Yeah, that's true.
I got such a huge downline because I've been in foreclosure for 3 years prior to this, trying to help educate people on how to keep from being foreclosed on. By the way, every foreclosure is fraudulent, probably about 3 dozen ways. But anyway, so I had, probably 2,000, 3,000 emails from that, and then I'm into health and nutrition and alternative therapies, so I've got I don't know how many emails from that over the years. I've been doing that for 35 years, so I've got a cancer site, or I'm sorry, not a cancer site, but a health and wellness site. It's a Yahoo group. It's Mike Pro Health. My middle name's Philip. My last name's Rothermel. That's where the Pro comes from. P for Philip and R-O from Rothermel. Mike, P-R-O Health. If you want to find that group and join it, feel free. There's no cost involved. I do keep a few things on hand to sell that are hard to find, but other than that, I don't really sell anything out of there, and I don't make any money doing it. That's for sure. But I've got probably at least somewhere between 5 and 10 cures for cancer that are out there, and people think they have to go get chemotherapy and so on and so forth. That's just not the case. Chemotherapy kills
Hello?
cancer does. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, the question, when Profitable Sunrise come back up Friday, can new people join?
We won't know that till everything starts happening.
Wow. And so Solid Trust Pay, is it going to still be available or not?
We won't know that until it comes back up. There's all kinds of things we don't know until it comes back up, and that's a couple of them.
Okay, so it's a definitely Friday?
No, not by any stretch of the imagination. That's just what some emails said, that some, Nancy Jo Frazier said she talked to Roman, and that's what somebody got sent from Nancy Jo Frazier's office.
So if it's going to be back up by Friday, do we need to be concerned?
No, I don't think so. I think from all of the information, I was starting to get concerned just because all the naysayers finally got to me. But as far as I'm concerned, everything's hunky-dory. If you get, when you go to your Profitable Sun website and it takes a long time for it to load and all of a sudden you get an error, look up at the URL. If it still says Profitable Sunrise, they're just still working on it.
Yeah, because they would take all that data off the server if the site was gone.
Yeah, if it says you're screwed, then you go ahead and worry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I own a lot of websites, and I have programmers that design that write scripts for me to run my sites, and they're never on time like they say they're going to be. It's always a little bit longer than they say.
Yep. I know I spoke with Tony a while back, and he said that he was involved in some kind of a gold and silver multi-level marketing deal, I believe it was. And when they changed their server, they had the same exact thing, 36 to 48 hours. They had a team. He said he's an IT guy, and he said they had a team of really high-quality IT people, and it took them 5 days.
Right. Yeah, because they're writing code. They're writing the whole code to the site.
Yeah, they got to do, and if they get something wrong when they put it up, they got to go back and find where it's wrong, rewrite it, figure it out, and, there's a lot to it, a lot more than, the average bear can figure out. And I'm certainly nowhere near trying to figure out how to write code or how to figure out how to fix code or anything like that.
Right, yeah.
One more question, Mr. Mike.
Okie dokie.
Since it's been down, everything's still in the process of the daily 2.15%. Is it still being placed?
Well, we have no idea, but I have heard that yes, it is, and I have heard that yes, it will be applied. I have not heard that it won't be applied, so we have 1 point for being applied, no points for not being applied, so we're winning.
Yeah, and I heard the same thing, Mike. I heard the same thing as you today, so I wouldn't worry about any of this right now.
I think we're doing all right. It's just a matter of nerve-wracking that, you got, in my case, I don't know, $35,000, $45,000, $50,000 or something tied up here, maybe $80,000, I don't know, and, wham, bam, you can't see it anymore. It's nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I get off this call, I'm going to get drunk as a monkey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So one quick question. Everything so far that's, all over the internet, all over Facebook is just hearsay, more or less. It's just rumors.
Well, that's a pretty broad, encompassing question. I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, the rumors that's online about, this
Well,
person,
there's
that
lots
person.
of rumors. There's lots of
Well,
positive rumors. There's lots of negative
I'm about
rumors.
to explain the rumors if you would take the time to listen.
Okay.
The rumors are as far as this person and that person has spoken with Nancy, or they've spoken with leaders in the upline saying, everything's okay. I mean, do we take them at face value? Are those true, or we just look at them and say, just wait? Because I'm hearing a lot. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and I'm hearing a lot of people saying such and such spoke with a leader that's close to Roman, and Roman called this leader, and Nancy Joe called this person, and saying everything is okay. So do we take that as face value, or just wait till Friday and see? I mean, I'm at that point right now because I'm hearing so much stuff.
If it's a positive rumor,
We got a breakdown.
it sounds good to me. If it's a negative rumor, I look at where the source is. I've never seen a negative rumor that had any kind of merit to it. Not one.
Okay.
If you're getting rumors that are supposedly coming from group leaders, well, that gives it a little bit of merit. I mean, they're saying it's coming from a group leader, and it's positive. I mean, the group leaders are the people that are going to be able to get a hold of Roman, or might be talking to him.
Is it safe to say that we gambled going in and we're fixing to lose?
I'm sorry? Gambling going in and fixing to lose? Who said that? What? I missed the point of that question, if there was any question there.
No, we knew going in it was a risk, and it just seems like we bet on heads and it's coming up tails.
Well, I guess you just joined the call?
Yeah, I just wondering, you said that everything's fine, but it's just coincidence they took the server down at the same time that the cease and desist order came out, and I find it unusual that everybody invested all this money but didn't ever met Roman or have a contact phone number for him or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure when we signed up, we entered our email addresses, etc. And if they can't figure out a way to send an email out, then who's the real dummy here?
Can I cut in?
Okay, you must not have been listening to the call, I guess. You can dial back in after we get off and listen to the whole call.
I've get on their mailing list. I get emails, so everything's fine. I get emails every few days.
How come we can't have any answers to any of our questions? We don't even know.
They're overloaded. That's why they're doing the server. They're completely overloaded. They can't handle all the questions. That's why we just got to sit cool and just let it happen.
My question is, though, is it just a coincidence that the server overloaded at the same time the cease and desist order came out?
Well, first of all, the cease and desist order, as I've said before, has no teeth to it whatsoever. If everybody in North Carolina quits buying securities from Profitable Sunrise, nothing changes because nobody bought one yet. So, cease and desist order for buying securities from Profitable Sunrise doesn't change anything in our world.
It changes the fact that we used to have a website and now we don't.
That didn't change anything. Why are you tying that into this?
Oh, it's just a mere coincidence that happened at the same time?
Well, how long have you been in Profitable Sunrise?
Well, let me ask everybody.
How long have you been in Profitable Sunrise? I need information to answer your question.
Okay. My question is this.
How long have you been in Profitable Sunrise is my question to you right now, so I can answer your other question.
Has anybody on the call ever had...
Okay, you need to get off the call. You need to get off the call.
Why?
Because you're not answering my question, so I can answer your question.
I've been in since February.
All right, thank you very much. You've been in since it's been commonplace for the servers to take a long time to get the information out. When I got in, everything happened on the minute every day.
Okay, my question
in February, by the time February rolled around, it was taken for the North American and South American time zones, like anywhere from, at the beginning of February, perhaps 10 minutes longer than it was supposed to take, to at the end of February, about 30 minutes longer than it was supposed to take to get our interest payments all squared away and to get all the emails out and so on and so forth. So the servers during February exponentially got clogged up.
Right. When I first got in, I used to get my updates at 9 o'clock every morning. I understand that part. But if they have the capability to do that, how can they not have the capability to send out an email? That's number one.
The servers are down.
The domain servers are down.
Number two, has anybody on this call ever had their money mature?
I don't know about people on the call, but I know somebody that's got a 180-day program that matured, and a 170-day program that matured. And that person knows other people that had them mature.
Is there anybody on this call that's money's matured? Go ahead and speak up.
Oh.
Okay. Why would we need to speak up?
Well, I mean, nobody's ever got money, so, I mean...
I just got through telling you I know people that have.
I got money out every week, so I'm trying to understand your question.
Did you get recruiting money, or did your money mature to get it out every week?
I know people that was in since March of last year that matured.
Everybody knows somebody, but I haven't had anybody on the line.
Okay, well, you don't need anybody on the line. Why don't you get off the call? You're being a pain in the ass.
Well, I'm just telling you,
I'm being very frank with you, sir. Get off of my call.
Okay, maybe you ought to take your blinders off. You lost. You rolled
talking on the call. Thank you very much.
I think I can talk on the phone. You sent me an email, something that Roman couldn't do.
Does anybody else have a question? Does anybody else have a question?
Yeah, Mike, this is Peter.
Hey, Peter.
I would like to say something for those that are negative. As Mike has worked with the IRS, and I have too, I'm a paralegal, and I've been fighting the IRS, if you want to call it fighting. And this time of the year, when we get around April Fool's Day, which is the 15th of April, you'll start seeing in the newspapers a lot of intimidation tactics that go on by the government to get the people in line. They're called sheeple because they can't think for themselves. They've never read the law. They don't know what's what, and they make assumptions. Until you read the law, until you understand it, you cannot make assertions about something that you don't know about. That's called speculation. And so when you have someone like Mike who is donating his time and all of the other people that are doing this, and then you have these naysayers that come in and try to disrupt a call or make it fearful for other people, this is what causes people to say, oh, I'm not going to get my money out and oh, God, oh, whatever. Those are the kind of people that are easily frightened by the government. So when the government says, oh, you can't sell securities, well, there is no securities here. So get a hold of some Black Law Dictionary if you have to, or go online and start doing your research to learn words and understand what the law is. There's a difference between law and what somebody thinks is right. That's all I have to say, Mike. Thank you.
Sure. Peter, stay on the line there.
Yep, got it.
Can you tell me what you would find if you'd look up Title 26, and I'm not trying to quiz you, sir.
No.
I'm just trying to engage you in a conversation here. Title 26, Section 861 through 865. Can you tell anybody that for me, please?
Yes, I can. The United States Code is 50 codes, for those that don't know what the United States Code is. Title 26 and Title 27 deal with the Internal Revenue Service. What Mike just asked on Title 26 is the definition of what income is, according to the IRS. And income, by their definition, and you look that up, you'll learn that income is derived from profits that you've received from activities in alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Coincidentally, that's why it's called the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms.
And gambling's also thrown in there now.
Well, that's what Al Capone was caught on. That's where he went to Alcatraz on, was income tax evasion, because what he was doing was shipping liquor to Canada and was not collecting a tax on it. That's how they got him. They didn't get him on anything else.
Right. And so when you go to work and you exchange your labor for money, how much tax do you owe on that to the Internal Revenue Service?
None, because it's an untaxable event.
And how much money that you pay to the Internal Revenue Service goes to the government?
None. There's only two sources. This is in Title 12, the banking code, where the money actually goes. There's two sources. One is to the interest on the national debt, and the second portion of the money goes to the International Monetary Fund, and they loan money to the third world countries at a high usury rate, a very, very high usury rate. A recommendation for those that are in doubt, go onto the internet and look up fractional reserve banking. That's a must to understand this program. The other thing is there's a YouTube video that's been out for 15 years, and it's called Money Masters. All you need to do is type in Google Money Masters YouTube, and you watch this explanation of what money is and how it works and how it went from being a commodity like gold and silver to where it's now paper, fiat money. Fiat means fake money. If you look on your dollar bills, it'll say Federal Reserve Note. When they did this in 1913, they concocted the federal because they thought, we'll fool the people by calling it federal. It is a private bank. Note means an IOU. It has nothing to do with money. So look at what you have in your wallet or in your hands. That is a note. It's a promise to pay. You cannot discharge a debt with another debt, but yet it's being done all the time.
Everybody's talking about Ponzi schemes. That's the biggest one going.
The Federal Reserve is the biggest Ponzi scheme on the planet.
And it is planet-wide. It's just not called the Federal Reserve worldwide.
And they take the money that you would, let's say a person wants to buy a piece of property, they go to the bank and they sign a mortgage note, and let's say the property is $100,000 and they put $10,000 earnest money down, that means they're financing the $90,000. So in their mind, they're paying, let's say, 10% or whatever the percentage rate would be on that $90,000 mortgage note, which mortgage is an old French word. Mort means to kill, and gage is a standard or a contract, so it means to kill the contract. That's what mortgage means. So how this works in terms of banking is the banks take that note, it's called a wet signature note, that once you sign that document, it goes overseas. Typically, it only went to Europe. Now it's going to China and Japan. And what they do is they hypothecate that. That's a Greek word to make many out of none. You can look all these words up and learn about, or read, or watch the Money Masters, and he gives a full explanation of this. And you'll see how we are being duped by words, because we think a certain word means something, and yet there are many dictionaries. There's the Webster Dictionary for the educated person. There's the Black's Law Dictionary. There's a number of different other law dictionaries that are out there. And then you have street language, which is what people talk about on the street. And that is totally different. And they confuse us by certain words or get us to use certain words. So when we're talking about income, when we're talking about that, we're saying we have proceeds derived from alcohol and tobacco and certain firearms. And Mike is also saying gambling.
Taxable income.
So be careful of the words that you choose. Instead of saying income, say funds. That's a safe word.
When you go into court, you're dealing with people that don't speak your language. The best thing to do is not talk. When you're talking to a cop, don't talk.
That's right. It's a court, and it's rigged against you unless you know how to represent yourself. And if you look up in Black's Law Dictionary, the definition for attorney, when you go to attorney, it means I cannot speak for myself. So why would you ever want to be represented by someone that says you can't speak for yourself? You're the only one that knows all of the circumstances involved with all your finances and litigation and paperwork and everything else. So why would you want somebody else to represent you? And their terminology means that you can't represent yourself. Lawyers, by the way, are paid by the courts, and if you go to an attorney, they're double dipping because they get you to pay for it, and the courts are also paying. So they love that. It's kind of like what's going on with the vaccinations in this country, where people are saying, oh, we could go over to CVS or we could go over to the drugstore and get our flu shots. This is how stupid people are. Flu shots kill people. They don't have any idea because they don't do the research.
Yeah, people are much more likely to get the flu that get a flu shot than if you don't get the flu shot.
Yeah. So it's
anyway, we digress from our purpose here.
No, we have, because, Mike, what the deal is, people have to understand fractional reserve banking, and that's the big hang-up. They think because they don't understand it that they build this what I call cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance means I've never heard that before, so I can't believe it. Or it doesn't work like everything else. If I put my marbles in, I'm supposed to play and get something back. It's not like that in this world of investing.
Excuse me, let me ask you something. This is Kevin. Mike, are you there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look, where can I get a Black Laws Dictionary?
Online.
Just go online.
Online, type in Black's Law Dictionary. They're all over the place. You can find them.
Up to number 10 right now.
I suggest looking in 6 and earlier.
Yes.
You'll find that the words have, the definitions they put in there have changed from 1 on, but from 6 on up, they're kind of getting convoluted, and I'd suggest 6 or down.
What happens in the older versions, you have the definition of the United States. From the 7th on, they change the definition. There is no United States, and what replaced it is United Nations. That should give you that these people are doing things without our approval or knowledge.
I haven't been able to find.
Not the states; it's a corporation.
Yep.
Yeah, true. I haven't been able to find the whole entire Black Laws Dictionary. That's what I've been looking for. I haven't been able to find the whole.
Well, I know they're out there. I've got on PDF. I've got I think 1 through 8 or something like that. So they're out there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Any other questions? We're about at an hour on this thing.
I do got one more question. I've been told the best thing to do as far as, when it comes to bank wire transfer, and especially when it's on the internet, you should have basically an account that's offshore.
Well, you can either do that or get a religious trust. You get a religious trust. There's no tax requirements in that. You don't. With most trusts, you need to fill out a 1041 every year. I don't like filling out tax forms because I don't understand them. I studied tax for many, many years, and I have yet to understand any part of it. So, I'm not going to sign my name to a tax form because it says that under penalty of perjury, you know what you're saying. Well, there's no way I can figure out after 20 years of studying what I'm saying, so I'm not going to sign them.
Okay, that's true. Wow.
Well, here's another one for you to think about. You've heard the term signature. If you're ever in court and they'll ask you, is that your signature? If you say yes and you don't know what signature means, Black's Law Dictionary and Webster's Dictionary says signature means that you understand all of the above. So only you can incriminate yourself. There are no signature experts. There's only handwriting experts. So just be careful of what you say because it can incriminate you.
Sure. Let's say they're talking about the signature on your driver's license. Well, it's not your driver's license. It belongs to the state. So when they say, is this your signature, it's no. Or the picture on the driver's license, is this your picture? No. That's an image of me. It's not my picture. That's a license that belongs to the state. That's the state's picture.
Just like when you go into
turning what you say against you. There's all kinds of things that I have no idea how they're doing it, and so if I ever go into court, I say very little.
I've seen a lot of people beat the court. I've seen a lot of people beat the court system, studying.
Yeah, you might see it on YouTube or something, but that's about as far as it goes. When I was in foreclosure, we were dealing with going into court with people here in Arizona, and we had people from all around the country, and when they'd go into court all around the country using the same thing we used 2 days before, they already knew how to circumnavigate what we were doing. So they all are in cahoots. Cahoots is a legal term.
Yeah, that's a good point you made about this.
Can I interject?
You may.
Oh, hi. I'm just on this call. I'm just curious how all this pertains to Profitable Sunrise. I'm just trying to get more information, and I'm not really getting a lot of information.
For Profitable Sunrise?
Yes.
What would you like to know? We were going through questions. Nobody was asking questions about Profitable Sunrise anymore. We had a interloper get in there and try and stir things up, and boy, he did.
Wow. Maybe I came in after that. I don't know.
Well, the call is recorded, so it will be available to listen to the whole thing.
What, online or?
No, you just dial the number again, but instead of using 4600, you use 4699.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to, I invested, quite a bit of money into Profitable Sunrise, so I'm just trying to find out how it's all breaking down. And I was told in the beginning that there was, I believe it was Easter was a time frame.
Are you in the long haul?
Yes.
Okay, so at Easter, 50% of your long haul balance will move into your available balance, and you'll be able to do with whatever you want with it.
Okay, and that's with the compounded interest that they keep sending me an email on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that still holds true.
As far as we know. All the information I dug up today all looks great.
Okay. And that's all legal and legitimate, et cetera, obviously, if you pay your taxes on it?
What taxes?
Well, I mean, it's an investment.
How you pay your taxes is all up to you. I don't pay income tax. I don't owe them. I don't pay them. I pay every tax I owe, and income tax is not one that I owe.
So do you file your taxes? Do you file instead, or what?
I'm only required to file if I owe.
Okay.
Actually, you're required to file if you make over, what is it this year, $1,200?
If you want to believe that, you may.
Well, I mean, it's not a voluntary
How many times have you read the
system,
tax code?
Oh, trust me, I'm an IRS agent. I do know.
Oh, you do know. Well, you want to tell me where it says that I have to file and pay income tax? Can you give me a section and quote where it says that for me? I've got $1 million reward out there I'm waiting to collect.
Really?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have gone to jail for not paying their taxes, but I absolutely know unequivocally that if you make over $1,200 a year,
doing
you
what?
have to file taxes.
Doing what?
It's not doing anything. It's not a voluntary
system. So you think that when I go out and work for money that I owe income tax on that?
100%.
Really? Can you tell me where it says that in the code?
Wow, you really better watch out.
Can you tell me where it says that in the code?
No, but I'm sure they
because
will.
It's not in the code. If you look at Title 26, Section 861 through 865, you'll see where they're talking about taxable income. Taxable income does not include what you go out and earn. You're not making a profit or a gain. You're exchanging your labor for money. That's a trade. It's not a gain.
No, sir, I understand my father's Amish, and he did that for many years until my mother decided to join a website about not paying your income taxes, and he spent 10 years in prison for not
did he hire
thinking
an attorney?
that it was a voluntary system.
Did he hire an attorney?
Absolutely.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. What was he supposed to do?
What happens when you hire attorneys? You go to jail.
Yep, that's right. That's true.
Yeah. Wow.
You're an IRS agent. This is great. This is absolutely great. Tell me where it says I have to pay income tax on money I make for exchanging my labor for money.
Your W-2? Your 1099?
No, it doesn't. I'm talking about a statute that says that's taxable income. Where does it say that's taxable income?
Wow.
You can't find it. Get on the call next week and tell me. Guarantee you can't find it. I just told you where to look. Section 861 through 865 deals with taxable income. It's not in there. You've been hoodwinked. Look up Joseph Bannister.
Mike, are you the same guy that I remember an ex-former IRS agent? She was a lady. She had a YouTube video on there, and she couldn't find
Sherry Jackson.
Yeah, how she went to prison for not filing her taxes, but they didn't get her for owing any taxes. And I remember how that went, and it was awful, that they did her like that.
They'll throw you in jail for anything they want. You don't have to do anything wrong to go to jail other than argue with them.
That's just extortion, really. Basically, it's just extortion. Basically, we pay
They would definitely throw you in jail for being on a recorded call saying you don't pay your taxes. I know that for sure.
I pay every tax I owe. Show me where I owe a tax, I'll pay it. Section 861 through 865.
Why does Roman say that we should pay tax then?
Well, because he's of the same opinion I am. Everybody should pay every tax they owe.
Huh.
Wow.
I wouldn't suggest going to your superiors and asking them to tell you where the law is that says you have to pay income tax on money that you earn for going to work every day. That gets you fired.
Wow.
Any more questions?
Nope. That's
Going once.
Mike?
Hello.
Yeah, I want to, this is Michael Ballard from
Okay, try
Cincinnati.
speaking into the microphone a little more, please.
Okay, this is Michael Ballard from Cincinnati.
All right.
And I want to thank you for having this call tonight. It puts me more at ease. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Pam Thomas in Cincinnati.
Hey there.
How you doing?
Good.
I also want to thank you for this call. I came in a little late, but I appreciate what you're doing. My question is regarding the website being down. Does that also mean that our accrued interest during that time that it's down is not happening?
Well, we don't know, but I've heard that it will all be credited.
Okay.
Yeah, and I heard it too. I wouldn't worry.
Okay. All right. That's it. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, his loan business is still operating. It's just the site for us that's being redone.
Well, I'd love to find out where the loan business is. If I could find that, I could get a couple investors for $1.2 million and $500,000 in there.
wow.
Yeah, the loan business has got to be still going on, so that doesn't just stop. You know, he's
he actually hired more staff for that and for support for that.
Yeah, rumor has it anyway.
Yeah, well, I can only tell you what I hear.
Oh yeah, sure. All right, we'll call it a wrap. This was exciting.
Yeah.
Hey, good evening. How are you doing?
Excuse me?
Hey, good evening.
Hello,
How you doing?
Mike?
Okay, I got two people trying to talk. We'll take the man that started first.
Yes. Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just getting on the call just a little bit late.
Okay, it's recorded. If you hit 4699 instead of 4600 and go with the PIN number, it'll take you to the recording.
Okay.
And the lady?
Hi, Mike. This is CC from Dallas. How you doing?
Oh, so far so good.
Great. Thank you. You're doing a wonderful job. I want to tell you. I want to know, are you familiar with the website that's there with Profitable Sunrise Update? It's called drgurmeet.com/Profitable Sunrise -update.
No clue. I couldn't hardly understand what you said. You want to repeat that very clearly for everybody, please?
Okay. I'm on Skype with a group that is with Profitable Sunrise, and I kind of keep track of the Skype group here. And one person had posted a website link in Skype, and it's called D as in Daniel, R as in Robert, G as in Greg, U as in Umbrella, R as in Robert, meet.com/Profitable Sunrise -update. And I went to the site, and it gave me March 19th update, the latest updates about how they received an update this morning from someone in NJF's group. I guess that's Nancy's group, I guess.
Yep.
And basically she was saying that she talked to Roman. He said the website would go online on March the 22nd, 13 around noon. She also said that he made a lot of changes to the website, so it's going to look a little different, but people can get used to it very easy. She will be making an update on her website soon, too. She said, I'm very happy with this news and hope you will be, too. On the right side of that article, it says, join our mailing list to get updated, and it's actually your name and your email address and submit. So I just saw this, and I just want to bring it to your attention. If you heard of that before, it was posted on March the 18th, and they have some from March 18th update as well.
Okay.
So that's a website that probably people want to know to go to it and sign up for the latest update as well.
Okay. And how do you get into the Skype group?
I can actually, what I did, I had someone in there. I give them my Skype name, and someone in the group will invite me in. And if I can know how to do that, I can invite you in, or I can give you some Skype address names, and maybe you can ask them to invite you in.
All right. Do you have a simple Skype name?
I gave you the one that brought me in. His name is Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, Bobster, B-O-B-S-T-E-R. No, there's no space. It's Bobby Bobster.
Hey, Mike, if you want to, I could invite you in. I got a simple name. My simple name is Kevin A. Freeman 1.
Kevin A. Freeman?
Kevin A. Freeman 1, the number 1.
Okay, you're in another group. You're not in this one.
Excuse me?
I don't see you in this one, so you're in another group.
I'm in Profitable Sunrise group.
Yeah, does it say Profitable Sunrise Global, and it says Our Business Model? I don't see you in here.
I'm in Dr. Levy's.
Okay, you're in another one. You're in another group then. Okay.
Yeah, that's not true.
I'm sorry, young lady. What's the name of your group again?
Mine is Profitable Sunrise Global. When you when you search for that.
I'm sorry. What's the invite name I should put in?
Bobby Bobster, and mine is Cylinda, C-Y-L-I-N-D-A, number 47.
Spell Bobby's last name for me.
B-O-B-S-T as in Tom, E-R.
B-O-B-S-T-E-R. Okay.
Bobby Bobster. Don't use the spaces all together.
Bobster, B-O-S-T-E-R. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll call this a wrap then. Okay, I stopped the recording, so if anybody wants to stay on there and yak among yourselves, feel free.
Well, thanks again.
You bet. You got to press, I can unlock everybody.